This is a long overdue video. This is János, Real World Audio, and I'm showing the stand that I'm using for La Grande. And as you see, this stand is actually not built for La Grande. This is built for a Vandersteen. However, you can see now how it looks like. So basically it has a T-frame, a very strong T-frame. It is a metal frame and it's filled with sand. And on top of that, you can see that there's like a supports coming up. These big supports, same material, same treatment, and then there is this frame on top. So now, as you see, this is optimized for Vandersteen speakers, not for La Grande. And if you want to build something like this for yourself, I would really recommend, instead of using this sort of thing just for the upstairs, maybe you can use this shape as a brace to make mechanical stability, but at the very top where La Grande sits, you should have this part, that crossbar, and another T-beam. So make it like that, that it sits on that, because right now, on top of everything, you see there are tiny bits. Can it be seen? Little plateaus on the top, there and in the back. And these are not optimal. They don't make optimal connections with the bottom of La Grande. And they are not optimal either in allowing the slot ports to work. So that's why a crossbar that runs in the, a bar that runs in the front, and then a crossbar would be much more optimal. So this is how it is, and the whole thing sits on spikes, on 3 spikes. One spike here, there another spike, and the back leg also there sits on a spike. And as you see, I don't let the spikes destroy the floor. I put small boards, small pieces of wood. Why isn't it focusing? Small pieces of wood to protect the floor. So that's how it's sitting. So this is the big secret of the stand. So basically you want to have it strong, heavy, something really sturdy and really stable. And in this case it can sit quite sturdily and quite stably on top, but it's not the most optimal. You can make it more optimal by using a T on the top for support. So thank you for watching. That was the thing, and actually you can go quite creative with it. When you do your own, you build your own. You can also build it of different materials. The most inert, the most stable support is of course when you make it from some sort of metal and you fill it up so it doesn't resonate. Or you can make it from hardwoods. That would be also nice. Maybe even giving a better tone than this big steel contraption. If you make it of lighter woods, then I don't recommend that, because that would move quite a bit under the speaker. And the purpose is that the stand doesn't move. It just should hold stable and non-moving while the cabinet moves on top. So, and then of course you can scale up, but the taller it is, the less rigid it becomes. So maybe it will work better with the imaging, but as a stand it won't be able to keep your speakers as stable as a shorter stand. So there's advantages and disadvantages to everything, and this is one thing like that. And of course when you make yours, you can also use this trick that Vandersteen used, that when you have the T-bar, then don't make it just a T-bar, put a little shim at the edge here, put a little shim there, and the little shim here in the back, so it's not sitting on the bars, just sitting on these, making contact on these small pieces, and that just gives it extra stability. And make sure to put these pieces where you have support for La Grande. Don't put it where the slot would be, because then it doesn't make any support if it sticks into the slot. So thank you for watching. Oh, and one more thing. So when you make this stand, if you place this area where it makes contact with the stand at the very edge, so under the side wall, if you would place it right here, that gives the greater stability, but then it would also dampen the resonance of the side wall. So what I would recommend is to place it, run the length from the bottom to the bottom. How can I show that? Maybe I will just put down the camera for a minute and flip it over so you can see the bottom. Okay, we have flipped it over. So how you can make your stand is to run that front guard from here to there. So it's running from here to here, and that T thing, I mean that top shim is sitting right here, or maybe here. This direction would be nicer. Longitudinal shim, a small one, maybe just this much. This long, like 2 centimeters long, an inch long. Here, one piece, and the other side. There, one piece, and then here, one in the back, facing like this, a 2 centimeter piece, 1 centimeter by 2 centimeter. So that's how you want to sit, like on the bottom, because the bottom is the only part that is non-resonant. What people would call as inert. Of course, it's not perfectly inert, but it's the only high mass, low resonance component. So if you make connection here, it's not going to impact negatively the resonant properties of the cabinet. Of course, if you make it not from more live materials, but more inert and thicker materials, then it's not going to make as much difference, but then you are going to lose out a lot of the sound that La Grande gives, and maybe then you just have a La not so grande in that case, if it's more thick, more non-resonant, but more about that later. So thank you now for watching this video about the stand, and if you want to make your own, you can come up with something like this. So to use like the heavier T-bar in the bottom, and then go with stands as high as you want. Maybe you can make it even modular in the beginning, to try out different heights. Or I would say maybe what I'd recommend is to try out a mock stand, something like use books or I don't know what, and try out like this height or even higher, and see what is your optimal height, and then build your stand with the bottom T, and then those bars high enough, as high as you want, and then put like a guard like that on top, and then just put these shims there. And I would say that if you put these guards across, don't put them at the height of the port. Put them much lower, so that they don't interfere with the airflow coming from the slot ports. And yeah, and then for the very top, just make connection there, there, and there, 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 and there. So I hope this is helpful for all of you who want to experiment building your own stands, and this is something that will be quite an improvement over just placing it where it is, or using some mock stands with it. So thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.